All right. You guys ready? Let's get into the game. Let's continue on with Tales of the Neon Sea. I will attempt to do a story recap of last week, but I'm sure I'm going to miss some stuff. But this is a just a synopsis of what the game is. It's a point and click sort of. I'm using a controller because this game originally came out on consoles, so it's really controller friendly. So it's not really a point and click. It is an adventure game, but you don't have to click on everything, and not everything has a backstory, which I kind of like. I'll be honest with you. One of my biggest gripes with point and click is that the writers of the games put descriptions on everything, and me being a thorough gamer that I am, I click on all of them and read all of them. And well, that's okay sometimes. Sometimes they just overdo it. This one doesn't really overdo that, which is nice. And it's also a detective story where you have to, it's a whodunit kind of, and it's also a puzzle game. So it's got a lot of cool aspects going for it. But that's just the game itself. And of course, hold on. There we go. Now we're gonna work. I don't know why it was already plugged in, but oh shit, we ended in the middle of this conversation, I guess. Okay. Zeke, is there something you hope the game did better or did not like? This game? No, I'm really enjoying it. I don't have any huge notes. It's the fact that I'm continuing it being a point and click kind of, speaks for itself, I would say. Pumpkinick with the the brand new sub. And it is Tuesday, which means Auto Tuesday. Pumpkinick, welcome to the Berserkers. Thank you, Pumpkinick. Also, Elheim, I didn't see your 19 months. Thank you for the 19 months, Elheim. Black Crystal Haze with the 85 months. That was 12 minutes ago, sorry. All right, ready? I'm going to do this, and then hopefully we can do a recap. As long as you stay like this, you should be able to move around again soon. I see. How do you feel?
Great. Oh,
No, this way. Great. I feel as good as the day I was born. Thank you very much for your help. I'll pay for it later at the clinic.
Focus more on your work-life balance. If you work too hard, the problem may reoccur.
Thanks for the advice. See you later.
It seems that I'm not as good as you at solving a deep voice makes me cough sometimes. It seems that I'm not as good as you at solving immediate problems when they present themselves. Age and experience! Sonny, I've been cutting my teeth on this stuff for decades. How's your wound? It looks serious. I dealt with it at the clinic. It's not that bad, but it will take some time to recover. Those gangs are out of control. This is why a doctor is so badly needed in the Underbridge district. And thanks to you, Sonny, we got one. The other hospitals are too far gone, or too far to get to when you're sick. Yes, well, thanks for the kind words. I'll pass them on to my wife. It looks like you have a visitor. Okay. So, whoops. There we go. So, we were sent to investigate the death of this old lady, Mrs. Perry. The butler robot of the Carolyn family. That's all backstory. He was responsible for the recruitment and training of other servants and was regarded as a model butler among the royal families. After Kathy's oldest granddaughter was born, he took up responsibility of taking care of her daily life. So, this robot was present at the murder of Mrs. Perry. But Mrs. Perry was murdered by someone, according to the evidence of the crime scene, someone who was way shorter than her, a little girl that showed up, and I can't remember her name. So, we're following all of the clues here. We're finding that, the robot that broke down at Mrs. Perry's crime scene, the electronic brain was broken apart and was connected to an outside device through a wire. As the electronic brains of robots use the new quantum defense system, such physical damage would make acquiring information from the robot impossible, maybe even starting the self-destruction program, but this robot behaved differently. The method used is not confirmed. So, we found this condensation liquid. Must have been added and we're looking for Brank. Brank is another robot that is, he's an electrician. Fuck. I can't remember his entire backstory, but we're looking for him. Oh, Brank's missing person. There we go. He always suffers from a headache and now been absent from work for a couple days. No one knows where he is. Brank is a dog lover and he has his own pet dog who we met and fed because Brank has been missing for a while. A giant corgi named Ellie. There is no sign of breaking and entering at Brank's place. There's unusual coagulation sediment found in the supplementary tank, so it is believed that Brank left his place by himself. The traces and marks go all the way to the secret room under the waterfall, and the investigation had to stop because the water wheel exploded, which was the puzzle we did at the end of the stream last time. Now, the whole key to this is this goo. We found this goo, and we're thinking the theory is that whoever created this goo is controlling robots and making them do bad shit. So we're trying to find out who is doing that. So Mrs. Perry is the lady who died, who got killed. Jenny, that's her name. Jenny was the one who lived near Mrs. Perry that we suspect, being of her short stature, is the one who killed Mrs. Perry. Because that's what the evidence pointed to. These are side characters. That's Brank, who we're looking for. Brank was the maintenance technician for the virtual flower. Oh, that's right. We met the hologram in this town, like Blade Runner. There's a big hologram that has it's a virtual guide of the town that we're in, the part of town we're in. And he's the repair technician. When Charles was carrying out the maintenance work on Brank, he found a device that had been implanted in Charles's brain. Wait. Oh, Charles the mechanic. Charles the robot repair guy. Yeah, mechanical engineer. Oops. He found a device that had been implanted in Charles's brain? That can't be right. I think that has to be a typo. When Charles was carrying out the maintenance work on Brank, he found that a device had been implanted into Charles's brain. I'm guessing Brank's brain. And he left it intact because he left it intact as it was connected deep into the structure of the quantum brain. Charles is not a robot. Brank is. So I think that's a typo. Brank hadn't shown up for the past few days and seemed to be having headaches. Brank had a strong sense of responsibility towards what he did and had a strong love of pets. His pet dog, yada, yada, yada. We already know that. He went missing. The gang members on Miracle Street had indeed been looking for him, and people suspect that the doctor has something to do with Brank's missing. Brank had disappeared from Down Street, and no one knows where he went. Now, this game I don't believe is originally in English, so that's why I'm forgiving of the missteps, typos, syntax errors, whatever. Was it Brazilian? Okay. Oh, and there's a side story of feline turf wars. There's cats and biocats fighting each other. And this is Brank's notes, right? Humans didn't abide by the peace accords after the war. We tried hard to work for the humans, but didn't get the respect we deserve. Random damage and abuse as well, universal discrimination. The peace accords were nothing but a piece of paper, and the humans never planned to abide from the very beginning. So this is just their way of lying to us, and we have seen no change to our situation or after the war. We should stop abiding by the so-called peace accords. We need to make a change if we want to live our own lives. The revolutionists can help us. Can help us. So there's a possible robot revolution brewing. Oh, and the religion, the Rovers is a new religion that it could be cultish. Okay, time to talk to these guys. I'm gonna show him the nanostructure. Oh, I suppose I should go to the other side. That's right. I was over here, I think. All right. A nanostructure fluid which can make robot supplementary fluid coagulate and can easily volatilize in the air. So this is what we found. While tracing Brank's movements, I found this. It seems to be some type of nanostructure. Can you help me analyze it? Is this a group of high-density nanorobots? They appear to be in a fluidic state. Edward, come have a look. Is this what you were talking about before? Yes, very similar. But I remember they were still experimental and hadn't been put into production. How could they even be here? Unless the king... It seems there's more to the Underbridge district than meets the eye. By the way, young man, how did you get so filthy? I triggered a bomb, and everything I collected got ruined in the explosion. This one clue is the only thing I have left to continue the investigation. An explosion? I hope the clinic is okay. I wonder if that's why Luna keeps calling me. Was the explosion near the clinic? You should go back and check it out. I'm on my way. We can talk later. I'll take a close look at this fluid, young man, and should have the results by tomorrow. Okay. Thanks, Charles. Nanko lent me this door card earlier. It's very convenient. I hear it was your invention. Oh, this is just a prototype. I've since developed a new heaven-level pass card. The gangster's pass card system won't stop an old man like me for long. Pretty impressive work, I must say. You have so many inventions. Of course I do. The Soul Separator and Laser Billy are two of my personal favorites. I don't suppose you have any core processor chips for an old robot laying around. My friend has been, well, out of action lately. Oh yeah, his BBX home robot is broken and we are trying to find the parts to repair that, I think as a side story. It's nearly impossible to find parts for those antique robots now, but my God's touch device should work on even the most ancient androids. Looks like you have all the necessary parts to put it together. Now all you need to do is print one out according to the blueprint. Oh, I do. Okay, good. I have collected all the parts. Why are you three here? What are you talking about?
We,
Wait, what? Is it this? No, it's not that one. It's probably.
there we go. We're talking about the explosion at the big water wheel earlier.
Oh, there was an explosion?
You don't look surprised at all. Are you in any way involved? What, did you blow it up? Wow.
No, I was searching for Brank. His trail was erratic, like someone else was operating his limbs. It led me to a place with recharging bays and a tank of some strange nanofluid. Oh, that's right, he just spills the beans to these kids for some reason. Like, he just explains the whole thing to children for, I don't know why. Yo, Sir Humalot, thank you for the 23 months. Much obliged. Getting close to that second year, that gold badge. It led me to a place with recharging bays and a tank of some strange nanofluid. This fluid could be what was controlling him, and then seconds later, boom, I barely escaped.
Recharging bays, nanofluid. I have a feeling this has something to do with missing robot cases.
And the robots were being controlled. That possibility never crossed my mind.
Cool. The gangsters must be conducting secret experiments.
I'm not sure whether this has anything to do with the gangs, but the explosion happened when I was about to find out more.
If you didn't see anyone coming after you, it's likely an automatically triggered self-destruction device.
I think you're right. The explosion ruined almost all the evidence, but I was lucky enough to have collected some samples of the nanofluid before that. Charles is looking into it now.
This is much more complicated than we thought it was at first. The three of us will keep collecting information. If we find anything, I will let you know tomorrow.
Good luck, but be careful. I don't want to rescue two miscreant kids and a robot that thinks it's a real detective. Alright, here we go. God's intelligence. God's Goldfinger. And high dimension memory. Go! Yay, I've got the repair parts for my BBX. Alright. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I made everything in that recipe book. I'll start researching the supplement you gave me later. Don't worry, I'll have the results tomorrow. Alright. Okay, that's all I can do for today. Once I get the report back tomorrow regarding the recharge fluid, I can decide my next move. Leave now? Charles, I'm heading home now. Don't forget that recharge fluid. Don't worry, I'll have the results tomorrow. That poster of the singer Cheryl, taken from her dressing room and lost for 13 years. Now it turns up in Brank's apartment. Why? Is someone trying to send a message? This feels like the work of Noah. And Noah is the plague doctor looking guy, and I think the head of the Rovers, I want to say. That culty religious movement. The nano fluid in that machine seems to have a supporting relationship with the brain implant device. Could they be working together to control a robot's behavior? Are the missing robots the work of Noah as well? Damn it. Nearly everything was lost in the explosion. Where the hell is Brank? If I don't get to the bottom of this soon, more robots might be taken. Come on, Charles, I'm counting on you. Magic lady! Is your lady a magic lady? How did I get back here before that idiot? Didn't he leave under bridge before me? Oh, so I'm playing the cat now. Okay. Sometimes you play the cat. Okay. The quickest way to travel is use the vent. Where should I go? Meow. Workshop? I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing. Meow. This is that smart-ass robot BBX. Don't tell me he's gonna explode again. Oh, level S BBX.
Beep reboot complete. BBX is fully operational.
This God's touch device works pretty well. I need to ask the old man for a couple more just in case. What a day. Still no update on Brank. Hopefully Charles will have some good news in the morning. Well, I guess it's time to hit the sack.
More input. Johnny 5 is alive.
Amaranth S with the 9 months. Thank you very much and welcome back. Oh, hold on. Let me just make sure there's nothing to grab here. Hey, buddy. Coming to hang out with Papa today? There's my good boy. Yeah, good boy is. He's hanging out under my desk today. Hi, Meow.
Hello, William. It's been a long time. You look well.
What? BBX can understand what I say? Has he evolved? Okay. And that was it. That was all the time he wanted to hang out with me, and he left. He's gone. Why is the cat talking? Because cats can talk, but humans can't understand them. Robots apparently can. Oh, and there was a big party in the living room of the detective's apartment. Martin? Well, look who it is, Meow. Nice to see you again, William. Are you reading a book, Meow? Meow! I just love human books. Take this one, for instance. The Illustrated Guide to Feline Mating Rituals. The books are really well kept here. Like they're new. Actually, I think most of the books were never opened. How's it going with the Bourbon family? The family made peace with the Biocats, Meow. The boss himself went to the meeting and I heard those Biocats just couldn't wait to join us, Meow. I found out afterwards that someone from our family started the conflict on purpose, but the boss wants to deal with it himself, so I get a couple of days to relax, Meow. That's why you're killing time reading books here? Meow, reading is a good way to kill time. Reading is learning, honing your mind, and these illustrations really are something. Meow, whatever you like to call it. Yeah, so that was a side story that mimicked the Godfather. It even had like Godfather names in it, like Bartzini and oh God, what was it? The old cat. The Abe Vigoda played him in Godfather. I can't remember the name right now. Scoot a bit to the left. Oh, am I not scooted enough? Okay. Tessio, thank you, Tessio. Hey there, little guy. You got home late. Hi, Connie. Why are you still here? I've been waiting for you. Like I would believe that. Well, the boss and Bradsy were organizing family stuff, so I was getting bored. Anyway, now that you're here, let's have some fun. Sorry, Meow. Today was exhausting and I'm pretty swiped. Pretty swiped? Or wiped? Or either. Oh, what's this? Classic ROM game, Mad Magic. This is a classic ROM game that stopped producing 100 years ago. This is the 28th retro version. Oh, wow. Oh. That's it? There's nothing up here? Wait, what?
All kinds of strange masks here. Oh, maybe there's something hidden behind them. Oh, but it doesn't tell me. Okay, no other prompts. All right, fuck it. Go to the bedroom. Oh, there's another one up here. Oh, I put Mad Magic in there. Oh, and I played it. Oh, God, this. Right. It's basically like a vertical flappy ship. Oh, those go back. Fuck, they don't go in a circle. Oh, almost made it. All right. Okay. Meow, it's getting late. Maybe I should rest. Oh. Yes, rest. What the fuck? Oh, we'll end today's story. Are you sure you want to sleep? I guess not. What, is there more to do? I mean, I went to all 3 rooms. It seems like that's it. I talked to everybody. I did all the prompts. I think... I don't know what the point of this fucking cat section is. Yes, a lot happened. I need a good night's sleep. There we go. Quiet night, I guess. Chapter 3, the siren is a fiend. What does quiet night mean? Oh, spend a quiet night in the form of William. Okay.
Beep, beep, beep. Wake up, you idiot.
Ugh, shut that noise off. Don't make me regret fixing you.
Initiating self-destruct sequence.
Now things really feel like they're back to normal. Okay, I'll get up. Go prepare breakfast or something. Oh, I'm the cat again. Okay. The Interstellar Alliance has detected a signal from Sagittarius, the cause of which is being hotly debated online. Many believe this is a signal from the extraterrestrial civilization and have attempted to prove this by referencing previously received signals of unknown origins. Experts have downplayed this theory. More details are emerging of the new fuel source discovered in an ice mine in Siberia. It is estimated that the new energy source, once refined, will be able to support up to 120 years of global energy consumption. Breaking news. A disturbing sculpture made from both human and robot body parts has been found in the Underbridge district. The horrific act appears similar to an unsolved murder case from years ago. Has the murderer finally returned?
I remember this case.
I knew he would make another move, but I didn't think it would be... What? Would be what? Oh, 13 years ago. Victor, huh? I don't remember this guy. Noah the killer, mastermind of the sculpture murders and the target of the Special Mission Squad's manhunt. He has committed several horrifying murders, and the victims have included both humans and robots. Oh wait, no. No, this isn't my cop friend, right? No. he has just a mustache, I think. And I can't look at my character menu right now. His technique is exceptionally cruel. After killing his victims, he mutilates their bodies and forms them into half-human, half-robot sculpture. These sculptures are all inspired by the new god Beeson, and there is always a worship circle drawn at the crime scene as well. It can be concluded that Noah is a fanatical follower of this new god. Several police officers have died in our pursuit of Noah to date, and Noah has continued to claim the lives of many innocent civilians. This ends today. Our intelligence staff have pinpointed Noah's hideout, and we are determined to catch the monster this time. Should the target resist, you have orders to shoot on sight. Inspector Royd will take it from here.
All right, everyone, listen up. We all know how dangerous this maniac is, so pay attention to the plan. To ensure we nail him, local police will be providing support for the Special Mission Squad. The assault will proceed as follows.
Team G1, oh shit. There we go. Team G1 31 reporting. We have arrived at checkpoint A and are awaiting instructions. Team G310 reporting. We have arrived at checkpoint F, awaiting instructions. Team G11 reporting. We have arrived at checkpoint R. It's under control and we are awaiting further orders. Teams G113 and G114 reporting. We have surrounded the back entrance of the target building and are awaiting further instructions.
Reporting Central Control. All teams are ready at their designated points, and Phase 1 of the plan is underway. Please advise.
Attention all teams. You're agreeing to proceed to Phase 2. Get ready to move.
Attention all teams. Attention all teams. Begin Phase 2. Move, move, move!
Looks like a cross between Johnny 5 and Wally. So either it's Johnny E or Wall 5. Something's happened. Shit, I skipped over it.
Just like you predicted, Noah. Noah has set a trap. We need to be careful.
Relax. We're prepared for this. I just hope we can avoid more casualties. We're running out of time. Have you hacked the defenses?
So I used to work on the police force with...
Oh, no, this is Abel, different robot.
Almost. Okay, defenses deactivated.
Is this Noah's hideout? Abel, these biological storage containers. Looks like we were right about Noah's genetic disease.
The lab seems deserted, but Noah could be hiding anywhere. We must be careful.
Okay. Oh, mirror! No, don't look at yourself! A bio-clean room? Is that a person in there?
I should go in. Any biological infection won't affect me. Stay alert, Rex, and watch my back.
There we go.
It's Lena Toddy. She seems to be in some sort of trance. I'll try to wake her. You check the rest of the area.
Roger that. Call out if you need assistance. Go! So many records, very professionally kept. Damn, looks like we tripped some kind of backup security system. Oh, okay. Oh. So I got to walk around and touch one thing. Exactly one thing, and then they took the controls away from me again. So I shot the guy a step away. If he's still alive today, he must have solved the problem of the dissolving skin. I was so close to catching him that time.
Hey, is everything alright? You've been staring at nothing for a while.
Just give me a moment. Hey, phone ringing! Phone ringing! Rex, did you hear about the big case this morning? Yeah, I heard the news. Are you sure it was him? Can you give me some time at the crime scene? You already know, but... What? Is there a problem? The problem is, we haven't even been to the crime scene yet. Why not? I'm coming over now. The police can't get into the Underbridge district right now. The king is probably holding them up, although that's not necessarily a bad thing. If Noah really is behind this, I'll need to be ready. I think I should break out my little friend just in case. Say hello to my little friend! 5 years for vis arrest! 60 months, 5 years. And,
You took it by force from me in New York City.
Yes. New York City. You took your 5 years by force from me in New York City. Thank you, Vizarast. All right, I'm going to break out my little friend just in case. Oh, noisy cricket. Oh, no, that's big. Glock 37. Noah. Oh, that's what I used to shoot the other guy with. Making corpses of his victims into sculptures of an evil god and leaving behind mysterious religious arrangements and grotesque ceremonies. These are all signature elements of Noah's old and extremely brutal crimes. Yesterday's mysterious package led me to the Underbridge district, and now today's sculpture is pulling me back. Were these events all aimed at me? I'm almost convinced he has come back after all this time. I just pray the gangs have left the crime scene untouched. If I'm right about this, Noah will have left me another message there. I like that the lady cops in the future wear skirts. That's great. Oh. Okay. I will repeat this one last time. We will take serious action if you continue to block our way.
Derek, since when have the police been interested in Underbridge affairs?
This is a very important case. Please get out of our way before things get out of control.
Are you threatening me?
Wait, there's no need for violence. Why don't you just let me in? Rex, oh, thank God you arrived.
Who the hell are you? This is none of your... Phone ringing. Boss, these police officers aren't giving up, should we? Oh, okay, got it. The boss said the detective can come in as long as he sticks close to our escort. You have 48 hours to crack the case. If you can't identify the murderers by then, well, the boss says it's past time old debts get settled.
Rex, no! Don't worry about me, Royd. I've been waiting for this chance for years. These crazy gangs are becoming bolder by the day. Tell me about it. Brazenly interrupting the police's job like that? What would people say if the news got out? The Underbridge district is quite sensitive right now. I don't like it, but we'll have to send Rex in solo to investigate. You can't be serious. A private detective instead of the police? That's completely unacceptable. Rex is one of us, and now is not the time to argue. We need to get ready to break in if things go wrong. Yes, sir.
Ooh, looky here. The special detective swaggers in. Sorry, robot burp. To save the day. Well, shall we get going?
Ivar 1232, thank you for the 25 months, 2 years, and a month. Welcome back. Should I head into Underbridge now? Yes, let's go. Take me to the crime scene and keep the sarcasm to yourself, circuit brain. Oh, burn! Oh, man! Oh, shit, you got him good. Circuit brain, how dare you? Ooh, nice sculpture.
That freak sculpture is right over there. You're free to look around, but don't do anything stupid. We're watching you.
Thanks for your kind words of support. Stay out of the way while I'm investigating and do not disturb the crime scene.
If you want, we can trade insults all day. I have a memory bank full of them. Or you could stop whining and do your job.
Gruffa Tier 2!
The big brain am winning again! I am the greatest! Mwah! Now I am leaving Earth for no reason!
Thank you for the Tier 2 46-month resub! Bloop! So many materials used. Is this robot Brank? Poor sod. It turns out Brank does have an implanted device in his head, so it seems Noah must be the one controlling the robots. I will investigate the implanted equipment. Am I hallucinating again? Hello, detective. It's so nice to see you again. Please follow me. I have prepared something fabulous for you. Oh. What is this? Don't keep me waiting, detective. Strange. I hallucinate whenever I touch the implanted devices. But I only started to have hallucinations after I received the first package from Noah. How did he find out where I lived? Has Noah been spying on me all these years? The hallucinations are becoming more and more clear, which can't be a good sign. If I ever come across another device, I need to be more cautious. Okay. Crime scene. Investigate every detail. Yep, okay. Here we go. Hold. Right. Okay. Eyeball. And we'll read them all as soon as we get them all, because they go away so fast. Okay. Now it's time for Dick View. Come on. It's really difficult with controller to move this around properly. Okay. Pretty sure we got everything, but just to make sure. Okay. Okay, looks good. All right. And now one more once over with this guy. Okay, we're good. All right. So let's start over on the left side. A face made from a dead human and robot. The techniques are not quite as sophisticated as those of the cases 13 years ago. The torso is skewed onto a robot chest. The sewing skill is of a high level, but the result is still unpleasant. The bones have been joined with a high degree of care, but the method used to connect torn muscle tissue seems a bit hurried. The sewing of the joints and wounds seem a bit unstable. Is the murderer unpracticed after such a long break? Okay. Upgraded not long ago with the latest mechanical look that came out last month. A slotted alloy plate design used in the last machine generation, probably from a mid-aged robot. Judging from the variety of parts used, the murderer seems quite random on his selection of targets. Not an easy task to collect this many robots, so there must have been multiple victims. Okay. Some kind of fungus, which may be a result of long-term exposure to a dark, damp environment. Some rust can be seen on the metal part. Apart from the rust on the robots, a kind of fungus can be seen on the tube. This must be the result of long-time exposure to dark, damp environment, which was very different from the previous sculpture cases. The haze in the cornea suggests time of death to be between 6 and 12 hours ago. The livor mortis doesn't disappear under pressure, which indicates a time of death to be between 4 and 10 hours ago. From the look of the body, the time of death is before midnight and it was not mutilated at the scene. Different to the old cases. Looks strikingly familiar to the older sculpture cases. Collection of materials and fine detail work different to those of the old murder. Okay, so it's a copycat. Interesting. The robot parts are from different years, but the human parts are all quite fresh, less than a day old. The victims were probably all murdered last night. While everything looks similar to the previous cases, the lack of attention to detail surprises me. Has the murderer lost his skills, or is this actually a different individual? I hadn't considered we might be dealing with a copycat. There's gotta be more clues here, and the presence of Brank's head is concerning. I better dig deeper. Look, it's a clown! Everybody loves a clown! A weird clown mask is hanging here. I recognize this mask. It's crime scene evidence from the AED Board of Directors murder case. One of the worst of Noah's crimes. If I remember correctly, 40 people on a cruise ship were killed. Holy shit! Bunny puppet, poster, mask, 3 pieces of evidence from 3 of Noah's cases. I wonder what else will be waiting for me ahead. Wait, is it me? Am I doing it? Am I the murderer this whole time? Are they gonna do that? Oh shit. I hate that this magnifying glass like takes a second to rev up. See, it goes slow and then it goes fast. All right. Robotic supplementary fluid that has coagulated. The powdery deposits show signs of volatilization of the robot supplement. There are coagulated sediments on several parts of the supplementary fluid, which is similar to Brank's case. This suggests they were a result of the same method. There's a bloody footprint near the summoning ceremony set up with no patterns. The owner must have worn shoe covers. The unpatterned footprints destroy the integrity of the summoning circle. The footprints destroyed by the integrity of the summoning circle. This suggests they didn't really care about the ceremony. The murderer imitated the old serial murder case crime scene with patience, but he wasn't careful enough on the details and wasn't serious on the ceremony either. It's set up to look like some sort of ritual. The murderer wanted to create a false worship site, but the footprints reveal his carelessness and lack of respect. This is nothing but a cover. Oh. I bet it's all about money. There's some light impressions, which indicate that something the shape of a square was recently moved here, like some kind of box. That's good detective work. A square, you know, like maybe a box of some sort. Drag marks extend all the way to the elevator. I should follow them. The murderer used used a curtain to cover the sculpture, so no one would see him while he was putting the bodies together. Let's see what clues can be found on the curtain. Wait, there's something behind the console. Fucking bomb. He set a timer to lift the curtain at 8 a.m. today. Oh, that's what it is. He chose rush hour to reveal the sculpture to the public. Okay. It looks like the murderer used this curtain to cover up the crime scene, ready for its big reveal. Okay. The shape of this box matches the mark below. Does that mean the murderer moved the bodies inside these cargo boxes? I should check the cargo passage. The last record was from yesterday afternoon, but the murderer couldn't have delivered the bodies at that time. The human corpses suggest they were killed last night. But wait, there's an encrypted file here. If I navigate the system correctly, I should be able to move the key to the target. Then I can bypass the encryption and read the data. Oh, I see. Okay. But I don't, though. Oh. Oh, okay, I see. Oh. Oh, farts. Oh, there we go. I got it. I was overcomplicating it. As you do. As you do. The goods must have been delivered from the other hubs by the murderer, so I should check those out. Body transport. Okay. Unique logistic lines and standardized container box to minimize the risk of being caught. The crime scene has mostly been figured out, but I'm still missing some key links. There are many traces of the same coagulated liquid from yesterday, so I'll need to ask Charles about it. Okay. Can I go to Old Wang grocery store? I'm hungry. I need some Old Wang right now. Hey, you go back and finish your job, Granddad, or you need to borrow my glasses to improve your eyesight. Shut up, youngin'. You young little bitch. I finished the investigation, but it's important that you allow me to ask some questions at the workshop over there. Whatever. Be quick, I'll be waiting outside.
I didn't expect you guys to be here. Where's Charles?
Grandpa, he's gone missing.
Missing? What do you mean?
Follow me and I'll explain. Robin, stay here and keep an eye out for any gang members.
Yeah, that's a cool job. Leave it to me.
The coffee cup has been tipped over. Charles seems to have left in a hurry.
Grandpa keeps a gun hidden under his pillow. I checked it and it's empty. He must have taken the gun with him.
If he armed himself, then he must have had some idea where he was going. Could it be related to the nanofluid research from yesterday?
Grandpa stayed up quite late last night. I was too tired, so I went to bed before him. I could tell something was wrong, but I didn't ask. I assumed he was worried about his research.
I see. I should take a closer look at what he was doing.
The report is in Grandpa's computer. Take a look yourself.
Oh, shit.
Research progress into the mechanism implemented in nanorobots. Blah, blah, blah. An essay published in Naturally by Doc Edwards, which talks about nanorobots implementation. Oh, computer screen built into the wall. What is this, the future? Research object, nanorobot liquid cluster. The functional product was made of molecules of different nanolengths, a highly dangerous hacker hardware. Research result, nanorobots have no effect on human beings so far, but they are able to change the nerve tree structure in electronic brains. The logic simulation experiment found that they could be built in an illegal interface through which they can influence the robots thinking from outside. Side effects can cause highly intense and instant coagulation of the supplementary fluid, which will revert to a normal after a while, depending on the amount of fluid. The nanorobots that fail to enter electronic brains before they run out of power will form sediments. Okay.
These nanobots can break through the defense of an electronic brain? If that's true.
What? But that can't happen. If this is correct, then people would go crazy. Nobody would trust robots ever again.
So we have two ways in which nanofluid is connected to today's crime scene. Frank was full of the stuff, and there's residue under the statue too. But let's take one step at a time. Gather the evidence, and fit it together.
All right. Nanomist. Thanks to Charles' research, it's now possible to claim that the robots at the crime scene were being controlled by nanofluid, and the murderer knows all about it. Yep. Oh, what's this?
That's Grandpa's weapon box. I don't know how he can get a good night's sleep with that thing poking him in the side of the head.
If Charles left with a gun, it means he sensed danger. The box was neatly put back in its place, though, which suggests he had enough time to prepare. I wonder what kind of gun it was. It's the shape of a Chiappa Rhino 20DS 38 caliber, 165 mm long, 700 gram weight, and good for self-defense.
Oh. I guess we'll put together the clues. These are weird puzzles because they don't actually like fit correctly. They're just the tiniest bit off. Okay. That. Okay, there goes that one. Nope. There we go. I think that fits. Nope. Shit. Fuck. Okay, maybe that. Oh, see, look at that. That looks like it shouldn't fit there, but it don't. I mean, does that fit? Is that hitting? It's not hitting the other gear, right? Seems like, look at that. It looks like it's just fine there, damn it. I think yes. I think I'm pretty sure you have to use all the gears. No, hold on. Let's go backwards. So that one can't hit that. Okay. Can that one hit the top gear? No. Okay. How about you? You can right there or there. Can you hit the top one? No, you won't hit the top one. So it has to be that one up top. Okay. Get up there. God damn it. There we go. I bet this is it. Nope. Damn it. Maybe we go that way. Nope. Fuck. Is this it? No. Son of a whore. Try the big one in my butt? I don't want to go in my butt. I don't like it when gears go in my butt. Why can't I just remove one gear? I just want to remove this guy. I just want to take him out. Is that hitting? I don't know. Is that connecting? No idea. That's connecting. Okay. There we go. God damn. That was a rough one. The murderer made use of the special logistics hubs and underbridge and used standard shipping containers to transport the materials. After that, he used the curtains to cover his sculpture. First try! Although the murderer tried very hard to imitate the previous MO, the details weren't copied perfectly. The murderer set up a timing device on the hook control station after he finished the sculpture, then left the scene. From the evidence in the workshop, Charles left the workshop after this and has been missing since. The timing device went off in the morning and the curtain was raised, revealing the sculpture to the public and causing quite a shock. The Whisper of the Evil God. The sculpture in the square must have been done by someone under Noah's instruction or someone with knowledge of his previous crimes. From the residue left behind in the square, today's murder and yesterday's investigation are linked. Charles may have guessed the identity of the murderer by analyzing the condensate before he disappeared. But why would he go out in the middle of the night with a gun? Where did he go? Apart from us, the only one who knew we were going to analyze the residue was Doc Edward. When he heard about the explosion yesterday, he was really shocked. We should go see him next.
As a matter of fact, we have already tried to reach Dr. Edward today.
Ah, perfect. You're still here.
Nanko, you're back already? Did the gang get tough with you?
Nah, Namco doesn't get caught, but sadly, there wasn't much I could do. The gang has locked the clinic down. I don't know the exact connection between the doctor and Grandpa's disappearance, but I can no longer state that there isn't one.
Tell Uncle Rex the results of our investigation.
Yesterday, we searched the site of the explosion very carefully, but everything was ruined. The gang sealed off the area right after we left. And today, there was no sign of the good doctor at his clinic. The whole area was swarming with thugs.
So Doc Edwards and Charles both go missing at the same time. This can't be a simple coincidence. We can't carry out an inspection of the clinic if the gangs are already in residence. So let's focus on the logistics hubs instead. If we start there, we might find where the sculpture materials came from.
But we don't know if the clues are red herrings or not.
Trust me, if this is who I think it is, then it's all part of his fun. Keep watch on the clinic for now. I'll go check out the logistics hubs.
Who are you talking about? You're not saying the one who's behind all this is Noah?
Looks like you're pretty well informed. Whoever it is, I'll make this nutcase pay for what he's done. So kids, I'll need your help to distract the guard outside. Any ideas how to do it?
Leave that to me.
You?
Nanko and Robin can distract the guard using Grandpa's imitation device, and I'll get you to the logistics hub.
Wait, what? I didn't agree to do this.
You talk about kicking gangster butt every day. Now's your chance.
Sure, but why have I got to help this loser? Okay, but only because Charles needs my help.
I guess this is it. Let's get ready to move out.
Nothing to see here, just walking the streets with a child. Oh, that's the imitation device. Okay. So the robot imitated me. I get it.
Follow the delivery tubes, and you should be able to find the next logistics hub. The gangs are on high alert today, so you'll need to be extra careful. Take this. It's a location positioning badge Grandpa and I designed together. He should be wearing his badge right now. When two badges get close enough, they send out a signal that gets stronger as the badges grow closer. Good luck. I hope you can find Grandpa. Now I've got to get back to Robin. He's such a bullheaded dimwit, he's probably mouthing off to a guard pretending to be you this instant.
He's keeping up my reputation then. Be careful, Lola. Those gangs won't give you special treatment just because you're a child. All right. Perfect. Perfect time to take our first break, y'all. All right, hope you're enjoying it. The story is getting deeper. It's a story of murder, robots, brain control, intrigue, and dicks. And we'll continue it in 3 minutes. So hopefully you stick around.